Hey guys, today I want to tell you all about my experience with the Miss Black and Gold pageant. For those of you who don't know, being Miss Black and Gold means that you are the queen of a specific chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So I wanted to share with you my experience. This is just my personal experience. Every single chapter and every single school is different. But for those ladies who are out there looking for a way to step outside your comfort zone, or if you're interested in pageantry, or are looking for a way to make friends, this video might answer some of the questions you may have. So, my experience with the pageant was absolutely amazing. You are basically representing an entire organization and doing what you love and implementing things that you care about and that you're passionate about. It gives you a platform to make a difference with the full support of the alphas. It's an amazing opportunity to fully commit to something and grow as a person. One cool thing that a lot of people don't know is that it's bigger than your school. If you win at a university level, then there's districts and regionals, and every other year there's a national Miss Black and Gold Scholarship pageant. So the opportunity to meet, network with people grows at each stage. It's not like one and done. It's not like you win a pageant, get a crown, get some money, and then it's over. I'm gonna start way back at the beginning, how I even heard about the pageant. I was scrolling through Instagram, and I'm not gonna disclose what chapter. I must say, for some reason, I'm feeling the need to say that these are strictly my personal experiences, my personal opinions, my personal experiences. It's not sponsored by anybody. It's not in collaboration with anybody. This is just me sharing memories with you. I first heard about this pageant on Instagram, and they had this bomb flyer, and it was like a promo for the interest meeting. And I was sitting with my best friend Greg, and I was like, I should do this. Immediately he was like, you'd win. He was like, you have the personality for it. He was like, I think you'd be great. Before that point, I was never in a pageant before. I was involved on campus at my school, but I never really put myself out there like that. So when I think back to initially why I wanted to do it, the immediate answer to that question was money. So this pageant is a scholarship pageant, and usually almost every year the grand prize for winning is a $1,000 scholarship payable to your university. And at this point in my life, I needed any type of scholarship money that I could get, period. This is a story for a separate video. This is another story time that's coming for you soon, but I was really struggling financially when I'm like, wow, this is something that I could really do. I could really do this. I think I'd be good at it. And it would help me stay in school, literally. Over time, like once I actually got involved, so many other benefits other than money came like to the forefront. But beyond needing a scholarship, it was a way that I could make friends and put myself out there and be involved on campus that I never ever done before. It was like a huge leap for me. Yes, I'm confident. Yes, I talk to people. I have an overly bubbly personality, but I had never been up on a stage in my entire time in college. And also it was therapeutic for me. It was something that I was focusing on. It was an extracurricular activity that was giving me motivation to get through each day. So it was really an outlet, a creative outlet for me to express myself. And what's crazy to me about this entire journey is that I was doubting myself the entire time from the very beginning. So from the moment I saw the flyer, I was like, if I was given the opportunity, I was like, I probably could win. I said, but for some reason, the anxiety in me and the self-doubt was like, there's going to be some reason they're not going to accept me in the pageant. Something's going to happen. I'm not going to be able to afford this. So I show up to the interest meeting, and they tell us all about it. And I raised my hand. I remember I raised my hand, and I was like, is there an entrance fee? I said, because I really can't afford it. I would love to participate. And they were like, no entrance fee. I was like, okay, cross out that self-doubt. I almost didn't go to the interest meeting because I was concerned that for some reason I wasn't going to be accepted. So I'm glad that I didn't let my fear win in that sense. I went through the application process. I went through the interview process. I was finally excited to receive an email saying that I was accepted as a contestant in the pageant. And right away, we started practicing. So leading up to the pageant, it was amazing. It was tough. It was hard work. It was a challenge for me, but I met some really, really amazing people. All of the old pageant queens and all of the old contestants were still actively involved in helping the new contestants and giving their input and giving their suggestions and constructive criticism. And there's no way that I could mention this process without Mr. John Michael Washington. John Michael Washington was a coach, a mentor. He was the pageant coordinator, and he was the go-to person that helped each and every contestant get ready for the pageant. I'm going to actually link his YouTube channel because he recently launched it. It's called the 3-Minute Wake Up Call, where he gives inspirational words of wisdom and advice and kickstarts everyone's day with positivity. So please go check out his channel and subscribe. It came down to the night before the show. It was utter chaos in my best friend's apartment. I did my own hair for the pageant just because money was tight for me. So I did my own hair, I did my own nails, but I did hire Miss Jen and the Glam Squad, who came and beat my face. She did a full face of airbrush makeup, and it was showtime. During the show, you had your introduction, business attire, talent, swimwear, evening wear, question and answer. Oh, and then your platform presentation, which is basically where you talk about what you plan to do as Miss Black and Gold and who you want to work with and all of the programs you want to implement. And then they crowned a winner. I remember it going by so fast, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, all of this time and energy and effort came down to this moment, and now it's almost over. And I was just like, it was just moving so fast. I was lucky and I was very blessed because I got through the entire pageant with no mishaps, no surprises, no malfunctions, no hiccups. Everything went exactly as I planned it to. And for that, I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. The intro was good.
Good evening, brothers of Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
And most girls would agree that when you're new to pageantry, the scariest segment is question and answer, because there's so many horror stories about girls freezing and choking or saying something silly. And so when it was time for question and answer, I was nervous.
Question number 18. If you could be on the cover of any magazine, which magazine would you want to be on and why?
If I could be on the cover of any magazine, I would be on the cover of 17 magazine. 17 has a predominantly white audience. I would love to show the world that there is beauty in all ethnicities, not just blonde hair and blue eyes. Thank you.
I nailed it. Audience was really feeling my answer. They were cheering and it was oh yes girl, yes. I just felt like so much hard work had paid off. It was beautiful. I was amped. After question and answer, it was time to crown the winner. Even sitting here right now, I can go back to that moment and remember exactly how I felt. I felt a mixture of so many emotions. The lights were bright. The crowd was anticipating the outcome. You literally have done all of the hard work. You left everything you had to give on the stage, and it's all coming down to that one moment. And I remember the thoughts that were going through my head, and I was smiling, But in my mind, I was thinking about all of the things that got me to that point. All of the times I doubted myself. And I remember thinking to myself, no matter who wins this pageant, I did that. That's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, whatever is going to be the outcome, I got up here and I gave it my all. And at the same time, I was thinking, each and every contestant that stood up on that stage with me brought something unique, something amazing. Everybody put their all into it. Everybody did amazing. Literally, anybody up on that stage could have won. And everybody wanted to win. Every girl had their individual reason why they wanted that crown, why they needed that scholarship money. And I had a big reason too, and I needed to win. It was literally something that contributed to whether or not I was able to continue my education, because I was struggling that hard financially. I remember spending what little I had to prepare for the pageant. And what a lot of people don't know is that when I wasn't at pageant practice and when I wasn't up on that stage, I was in the worst depression that I've ever experienced in my entire life. Technically, I was homeless at the time. I was living between friends' apartments. I owed the university an astronomical balance. I showed up and I gave it my all anyway. So, first, they announced Miss Congeniality, who is Calissa Huggins, a sweetie pie. Sweetie, I love Calissa. And Miss Congeniality is voted on amongst the contestants, so each one of us casted a vote for one another. The person who we think was the easiest to work with, the nicest during practices, the friendliest, the most personable. Calissa was well deserving of it. She actually has a YouTube channel, so I'll link that in the top right hand corner of the video. But so they announced Calissa. I was like, okay. In my mind, this is what I'm saying to myself in my mind. I'm like, okay, Jessica, you didn't win Miss Congeniality. Then they announced the second runner-up. Wasn't me. First runner-up wasn't me. I'm like, okay. I went back to my place of self-doubt, and I remember being on the stage, and I remember thinking to myself, I started mentally coaching myself on how to react if I did not win. I was telling myself, I was like, Jessica, it's okay. You know, clap. If you didn't win, just clap and smile. You can cry in the car. I was like, just, you know, it's okay. I just remember the announcer, John Michael was the announcer, and he goes,
so our winner, our Miss Black and Gold, and the queen of our chapter, and the winner of a $1,700 scholarship, is contestant number 1.
He said, contestant number 1, Miss Jessica Amber. I left myself. The crowd went crazy. My friends are screaming and running up to the stage. Everybody's screaming and it was just like a blissful blur. I remember going up and getting crowned and taking the sash and then the final walk that I had to do by myself. It was all just like, is this really happening to me? Of all the crazy bad cloud of darkness that's happening in my personal life, is this amazing thing happening to me? So after the pageant was over, I spent an amazing 2 years representing the chapter as Miss Black and Gold. I competed in the district pageant. Unfortunately, I did not win, but I did win Miss Congeniality at the district level. I went to a lot of panel discussion. I got the opportunity to work with other campus leaders. I inspired other people. If there is a chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity Incorporated at your school, I would seriously recommend that you all get involved. It's such a good time. It's all in good fun. It's truly a way to make memories that will last you a lifetime. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like videos like this, and I'll see you in my next video.